Hi and welcome to today's video where I have my final update for the perfumes that come into my collection and that I've used or focused on throughout October, November and December. So this was a series that I started early last year, and I hope to continue in this year. Now last year I did buy quite a number of perfumes, but it tailed off towards the end, so I've got them all in front of me and I'll go through the purchases, which, believe it or not, is one small travel size. And this is by Charlotte Tilbury, and she brought out several fragrances, and I've got Cosmic Power. This has featured in a video in terms of my purchases. I think it was in an October or November video. And this is Cosmic Power, so it has a violety purple bottle. Got this in the sales. This was launched early in 2024 along with some other fragrances, and this is the one that really, grabbed my attention. There was another herbal one that did actually, the green jar. I thought was quite unusual, but the green vial. But I actually do think this is quite exquisite. Is it the most wonderful perfume in my collection? No, but it is a nice one. So this one is Cosmic Power Eau de Parfum. It's described as amber, spicy, with the cinnamon and aromatic notes, and that I would say that is the case. It's quite gentle. There is a slight sweet note, but it isn't a gourmand sweet fragrance at all. I think it's one of the more unisex ones within her fragrance, more readily unisex, I would say. You can wear whatever you like. But it has been compared positively with YSL Baby Cat, which is one of YSL's high-end prestige fragrances that you get in selective retailers, and I think it's only recently gone to the US of A, but I think we've had it about a couple of years. But I've had difficulty trying it. I've gone into Manchester, into big stores several times, and the test has been dry. So I was able to try it. I had this at the time with me, and there are similarities. There certainly are. I find Baby Cat, it's probably heresy to say this, quite flat and quite uninspired, and I did wear the fragrance throughout the day. This one I prefer, but I can see the similarities in fragrance profile. But this is quite lovely. I don't like the shape of the full-size bottle. I find it a bit naff, but the actual juice is quite nice. Not totally remarkable, but quite nice. If you like an autumnal vibe, that's dry autumn leaf sort of way, if you may like this one. So Cosmic Power, is a winner for me. The next item that I brought in came in a beauty box in December. I didn't show the box because it sold out as soon as it came online. It very quickly sold out, and it took a long time to come, and it definitely sold out. This one is a new fragrance house that came out in 2024 from Australia called Who is Elijah. Now this perfume is worth £80 or £84, 50ml, and it came into this beauty box, and I paid a £40, something like that, or £44 for it. And I got a selection of other items, but it was this that I wanted to try. So it is a rose oud fragrance, so it's not particularly remarkable because there's been a lot of rose oud fragrances in the last 10 or 15 years, and oud is actually forecast as being on the way out. Because it has rule supreme for a long time, and it's not a fragrance I particularly like, or a note I particularly like. But this is described as rose, spice and wood. So and it's got quite simple, elegant packaging. It's quite nice. And this one is, let me just get it here, it's Rebel Rose, and it's got pepper, cumin, saffron. It certainly has saffron, which is not a favourite note, but blended in this, I quite like it. It's got labdanum, which is another aromatic note. Rose, patchouli, violet, you definitely detect the violet, with a base of amber, oud, vanilla, musk and leather. I don't particularly get leather in it at all, but it is a florally, spicy, woodsy floral. Yes, there is some oud in it. Perhaps a little less contemporary as I would like, because I think, like I said, we're moving away from oud. But if you like oud, you may like this. But it is a Middle Eastern fragrance. It is quite beautiful. And I'm pleased to have it in my collection. It's not particularly stand out, but it is nice. So I'm glad to have that. And it's an Eau de Parfum 50ml. Then focusing on the fragrances that I selected for October, November and December. I try and focus on one a month. So in October, I picked this up, which I bought in September. It is by Virea, which is a UK brand, and it is Witchy Woo. So this is a 30ml. And it has quite an elegant bottle with quite Japanese style, I would say, especially with the top. But it is quite elegant. And all the bottles are quite similar, but just with different gradients, different colour gradients within. So this one, I'm just going to look down to see. It is described as spicy, woodsy, ambery with patchouli, smoky with iris, earthy and musky. Now I'd say all of that is true. This is a patchouli in there that is fine for me. I don't like patchouli, but this is blended quite well. And it is smoky. There is definitely got a blue iris note, and all of this is quite a grounded, autumnal, dry, sort of earthy, very, very earthy, foresty, dry, dead woods. It's not evergreens. You don't get those notes in it. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It is unisex, one of the more unisex ones. You can wear whatever you like, but I'm saying it lends itself to be equally masculine and feminine. And it's just so lovely. But it is not gourmand, it is not sweet. There's very little sweetness in it, but it is lovely. And it is different than most notes where you tend to get heavy floral and with woods for autumn. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it is, I think, quite a fresh take on autumnal notes. Then for November, which was my birthday month, this, although I'd originally bought it because I I didn't see anything else I wanted for my birthday. Mr. Bear then, he then decided so he paid me basically for this. So this ended up being my birthday present. And this is Tom Ford Ebony Fume, and this is 100ml. So this came out around 2021, and it is a very rich fragrance. Very, very strong sillage projection, and it is very long lasting, very, very strong. So this is not a safe buy, but I will tell a blind buy. And it's not office friendly because of its strength. And not everybody may like any of the notes, and it's really, really full power. So it has wood notes, amber, smoke, balsamic, spicy and aromatic. It is all those things. The more I wear it, the more I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and if you didn't bath for days, it would still be on your body, and it does stay in your hair as well. Absolutely beautiful. It is readily unisex, I would say, perhaps slightly more feminine, but certainly a unisex fragrance. I know all Tom Fords are, but this readily is. Absolutely beautiful, and I did use it, but because you only did 1 or 2 sprays, this is all that I've used, which is good because this is around £300 for 100ml. Then in December, I wanted something that was like frankincense and myrrh, more Christmassy. Although that is quite a Christmassy note, so I picked Oud Mood because it's supposed to have those notes within it. Now, what I would say, it is quite oudy. I purchased that during the summer because somebody who used to walk the dog when we would walk ours, I had this scent which I really liked, and he told me it was Oud Mood. Now, I think it does depend on body chemistry. It doesn't work on my dry skin well. In fact, it has quite a flat carbody note. It's quite artificial, and it doesn't sing on my skin. So it's supposed to have amber. It's supposed to be warm and spicy with caramel. It's balsamic, rosy, smoky, floral and sweet. There is a slight sweetness, and it is artificial within it. It is not gourmand. I think it is unisex. But I think quite an artificial note. I'm going to give this to Mr. Bear, and he can try it on the day-to-day. It might, on his body chemistry, it might work a lot better than on mine, but I only paid £20 for it, including delivery, so it doesn't matter. It was worth a try. Now, because that was a bit of a bust, when Christmas came, I got my Christmas present, which was, can you guess? A perfume. It was a perfume. Now, I didn't have any plans I didn't really have any great plans of what to get, because the perfume I did want, it hasn't been sold in the UK for the last 2 years, and it's a niche house, so I had to scramble and see what other plans. So I had a few days in Manchester in October, November time, and I went to Harvey Nichols, and they had Nishane or Nishane, which is the Turkish brand, and it's a fairly new to market, at least in the UK, though this was released in 2014, but Nishane has become very, very popular in the last 2 or 3 years. Now, they sell extract de parfum, so it's at least double. Traditionally, extract would be double the strength of eau de parfum, at least, maybe more. And this is a very strong fragrance. It's not as strong as a pure oil because they tend to react badly with my skin, and my skin will break out. But it's fine, been fine with this, as long as I don't take it too high near the neck. I haven't tried, but 1 or 2 sprays, and it's very, very strong. This was released in 2014. So, officially, the notes are tuberose. It's got aromatic, sweet, animalistic, woody, yellow floral, herbal and citrus. I don't get herbal and citrus notes in this, to be honest, but I will give you the notes as voted on by subscribers to Fragrantica. So it's top notes: ylang ylang, orange blossom, artemisia, sweet orange, with a middle note of tuberose, gardenia, jasmine and marigold. I don't particularly get marigold, it's not a particular favourite, but sometimes these notes are used to balance to get a more balanced fragrance, with a base notes of vetiver, amber, musk and sandalwood. I don't detect any sandalwood, but certainly there is a woody base. Now with this one, there are slight changes in the profile from start to finish, but overall I would say what it starts out is what it ends, very, very similarly. So it's a very strong perfume. It's not office friendly because it is that strong. It has a very strong sillage, absolutely beautiful. So you can smell it at a distance and on yourself. I can. It's utterly stunning. Beautiful fragrance. It is quite a sexy, sensual, because the animalistic note comes from the green, fleshy tuberose, which would be, along with gardenia and tuberose and jasmine, they are idolic. You get idolic notes from these particular white florals, which with idolic is quite heavy. Some may say dank, some would say quite sensual, quite body odour-ish, animalistic, and that's where that sort of profile comes. It's certainly rammed packed with those notes. So I found it a very sexy, sensual perfume. But again, not everybody likes these sorts of white florals. A lot don't, because they find it too much, but these are an absolute favourite of mine. Absolutely beautiful. So glad to have that in my collection. But is the tuberose finer in it than, in my opinion, than the Alexander McQueen Eau Blanche perfume, which was one of the final set of 2 perfumes that was launched just before Alexander McQueen died, or around the time of his death? No, I actually think the tuberose is finer in this one, to my nose. But that said, as a combination with all the other floral notes, this is still very beautiful. They are both very strong. Arguably, this probably has an edge in strength because it's an extract, but this doesn't play any games. It is a strong fragrance, and I would recommend it if you really like a fleshy, indolic tuberose. So they're all the fragrances that I've used for October, November, December. Now, to be honest, in December when I rotated that out, before I rotated this, I was going through my collection and picking out the odd, and there's some fragrances that will come up. I'll be doing one more video on fragrance uses soon, but for now, I also did use a bit of this throughout December as well. So yeah, that's everything. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like any of these? Have you tried any of these? Are any of these really off-putting to you? Do let me know. But can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate your time is valuable, and thank you very much for spending some of your time with me. Hopefully I shall see you again in another video, because I'm quite delayed and I'm backtracking, but I didn't want to cram too many videos all at once. But I shall be hopefully seeing you very soon. Otherwise, please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.